Good morning, students. In yesterday class, we study the crystallization technique and physical and chemical change. By crystallization technique, we separate those substances they have hydrated water, means on that salt have water present on their chemical formula. So we prepare copper sulfate crystals. Now I am showing that crystals. Students, in China dish, we prepare the crystal, although crystal are lesser number, but these are like blue color crystal. We get, if you take slightly more amount, then we get more amount of the crystal. In this way, we can prepare ferrous sulfate, potash alum, and other salts also crystal. Now, we will study a new topic, element and compounds. Students, in our earlier classes you know about elements like hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, sodium, sulfur. These are elements. So at first we explain what is pure matter. We can say pure what? Pure substance, generally known as substance. But actually substance word used for the pure substance, pure matter. Means either element and compound. Pure we can divide only two ways. Element and compound. In nature, although continuous discovery of elements is going on, till that 118 elements were discovered. 118. A scientist, Robert Boyle, in 1661 gave the term what is element. The scientist Robert Boyle gave the term element word in 1661. Give the term. After that, a French scientist Antoine Laurent Lavoisier. Antoine Laurent Lavoisier, a French scientist, defined the element. Element is a basic form of matter. We cannot broken simpler substance by chemical method, by chemical reaction. Element is a basic form of matter. We cannot broken down into simpler substance by chemical reaction. So students, elements, total element till that 118, and that element further you divide metal, non-metal and metalloids. That is metal, non-metals, metals, non-metals, and other one is metalloids. Metalloids other name is submetal, sometimes submetal, semi-metal also name is this. So now I will explain what are these type compounds, metal, non-metal and metalloids, submetal. I am showing you the periodic table. Students, this one is a long form of periodic table of elements given by Henry Moseley, depend on electronic configuration. We will detail study in 10th class, 11th and 12th class also. Now I want to know what are the elements. So students, all these are elements. Those represented by a characteristic symbol given in this. In this, out of 118, 92 elements occurs at nature. Naturally occurring elements are 92. Other elements are man-made. Out of these, 11 elements are gaseous state. Gaseous state, one is hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, chlorine, helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon and radon. These 11 elements represented by red symbol, they found in nature as gaseous state. Other two elements, especially mercury and bromine, found in liquid state. Mercury and bromine. But other three elements like cesium and gallium, rubidium, francium, they also written by blue color. But cesium and gallium, they also easily melt at room temperature because they have very low melting point. So students, in our nature, especially mercury and bromine found in liquid state. Other elements, more than remaining elements found in solid state, those written in black symbol, they are all found solid state. Those written in red symbol, they are found in nature gaseous state. And those written by blue symbol, that found in nature liquid state. Especially mercury and bromine, they found liquid state. All these elements, especially we can divide in three: metal, non-metal and metalloids. So students, if you write this there, the zigzag line, this side, so left hand side, this, all these elements, all are metals except hydrogen. Except then hydrogen, all these elements are metal. More than 80%, these all of the elements, these elements, all elements are metal. And this right side corner, this area, this right side corner, only these elements found non-metal. These are non-metal. And near this line, near this, if you find a zigzag line, near the zigzag line, they are metalloids, semi-metal. That one, germanium, silicon, these elements are semi-metal, submetal or metalloids because they have both metal and non-metal property. Students, in earlier class, you know what are the characteristics of the metal. Metal we can spread as a wire. You know this one is a magnesium ribbon and this can spread as a this like, and that are copper, aluminum, silver wire. We can know all are this one, spatula, tongs, they are also made by metal. They have shining surface. Students, you can see shining space. This one is zinc metal. Zinc have shining surface and they create sound. They are sonorous. If this tongs I put on this, so it creates sound, that are sonorous. They can spread as a thin sheets like this. That is aluminum sheet. So they are malleable. Malleability, the property like this means they have a shining surface, very thin sheet we can spread by when we hammered the metal. So these are the property of the metal. Malleability, ductility means we can spread as a thin wires, and sonorous, shining surface, metal almost solid. These are the property. A metal found mercury, this one mercury found in liquid state at room temperature. But non-metal generally have different colors like carbon. Carbon is a non-metal. Sulfur, this element sulfur is a non-metal. It is yellow color. I will show you the sulfur. So students, this one is a sulfur. I can show you, that is sulfur is yellow color. And other one elements also, these are bromine, chlorine, these are non-metal. Generally they found gaseous state and solid state. Carbon, coal, coke, a non-metal. And non-metal have, they are very less, they are bad conductor, heat and electricity. Metal are good conductors. They are not malleable. They have less shining surface and they cannot spread as a thin wire. Ductility, malleability. These property you already studied in 8th class also, and in detail we will study in 9th class, in 10th class. So students, more than 80% element metal These elements are non-metal, and all of these, almost all non-metal are gaseous. They are found in gaseous state and solid state. One metal found in liquid state, that is mercury at room temperature, bromine a non-metal found at liquid state, gallium and cesium. Gallium and cesium found at a slightly high temperature, they can change into liquid state at 303 Kelvin. So these are the properties. These different elements, when combined a definite proportion by mass, then they form compound. So students, all they are pure, and they have a characteristics property. They have a single type elements, single type atoms. One kind of atom we cannot broken down into simpler substance. So these elements combined, they form in definite proportion by compound. Now I am showing you a other activity. Students, this one is sulfur powder. Sulfur powder have yellow color. So now I am showing you the difference between compound and element, and how can compounds are formed. Suppose sulfur is a element and yellow color, non-metal. This one, other element is iron powder. This is iron powder, iron fillings, black color. This also element, iron is element, sulfur also element. And we divide the whole class in two groups. First we make a mixture. Means I take iron and sulfur, I want to make a mixture. This one iron, and I mix in this iron sulfur in this way. So students, this one is a physical change. Because I mix only, substance remaining same, this one. Because they do not react. Such type you can say this mixture physical change, physical. Because there is no change in this. Compound will not change. But in another cyanidis, I want to make another mixture. That is, I take sulfur and iron mixture. This iron and mix in this. I mix in this cyanidis. This one is already sulfur. So this one. I mix one. Slightly more iron and equal proportionate to sulfur. This one. So the whole class I divide in two groups. One is sulfur and iron. This I want to heat, and this we don't want to heat. So after heat, you can see what happened, what is the difference between this. So now we first heat this iron and sulfur mixture. Hence, we heat this sulfur and iron powder. So after some times, you observe what happened. In the sulfur and iron we mix, strongly heating up to red hot. When this mixture is red hot, this convert into a compound, that is ferrous sulfide, FeS. Now they are elemented, both two elements, one is sulfur, other one iron. But when we heat, then they react to each other and they convert into a compound. Compound have a definite composition, and property of the compound is different from the element. So now you see what happened, what are the change in this. Now student, you can see the heating of iron and sulfur, and we have to heat up to red hot. When it's convert into red hot, then this convert into a compound. that compound known as ferrous sulfide, and that compound have different property from the element. Now can you see the two elements react to each other, form a compound. Now students, the ferrous sulfide approximate is formed. This iron and sulfur to react to each other and this convert into now ferrous sulfide. So this one is a compound and this have different property than sulfur and iron. So now we will explain their property. This compound have different property from its constituent element. Constituent element means iron and sulfur. Iron and sulfur have different property and this compound have different property. So we can now we show the property by magnet by using sulfur, sulfuric acid and hydrochloric acid. At first I want to check magnetism because I have two type magnet. One is bar magnet. These are bar magnet, that is north pole, and other one south pole. So the students, and this one is horseshoe magnet. These magnet we can identify the property of the elements and compound. So students, these are element iron and sulfur. So they have no magnetism on the sulfur because no particles are attracted towards sulfur. But in this, when I put this, then student you can see what happen. The particles are attracted on the pole, especially the particles attract on the pole. So more number of particles where you can see at the pole in place of middle. So this is the property of the elements. Because at pole more particles are attracted, and this question comes many times. On bar magnet where the iron particles are attracted, at the middle or at the pole, because there are pole have some and they attract also in this way. You can see this one because they have opposite force. They are opposite pole and they have some same pole, so they repel, but this attract to each other like this. Students, you can see this is not attract, but this pole is attract to each other and they are like this one. So this one we explain by the element because iron attract towards the magnet. Now we will explain the same phenomena, same property in the mixer. So if we apply this magnet on this mixer, then what happen? It's absorb all the iron particles from this mixer. You can see in this way. So we can separate by this technique. We can separate this mixer by using bar magnet. So, but sulfur is not attract, only the iron particles are attract. So this property we can find out because that is only physical mixer, that in I placed sulfur and iron. Now I am showing you the other magnet, that is horseshoe magnet. This horseshoe magnet also attract. This can attract in this way. And the particles, because one is this one north pole, this south pole, so they attract to each other. These particles are attract. So you can see the particles easily attract each other. Now these horseshoe, this bar magnet, students, I put the bar magnet on this, then you can clearly see the particles more at pole, near pole, and middle have less number of particles. This one is opposite pole, this one is this opposite, north and south. These are same pole repel to each other. Other property, we want to see the same property in compound. In this, we react iron and sulfur. Students, in this china dish we heat the iron and sulfur. So it's converted into ferrous sulfide. So we check by the magnet and it is not attract towards the magnet. This indicates this convert into, this have different very slightly, so this is slightly excess iron. So, but in this we get such type property. So the iron attract, if I have that is element and this one is compound, compound have no such type activity because there is very less attraction or very no attraction. So this indicates compound have different property than element. Now we show another property, reaction with acid. What happen when they react with this ferrous sulfide and iron and sulfur react with acid? Now students, in a test tube we take that iron fillings and mix dilute HCl. When dilute HCl, then it's react, you can see the gas is released out, this gas, the bubbles is released out. If I stop and after some times we want to check which gas is released out. Now I taken that is ferrous sulfide from the china dish and I want to put dilute sulfuric acid. Dilute sulfuric acid. Then a gas release out. That gas is rotten egg smell. In this, a gas release out, you can see the bubbles release out. So this gas is rotten egg smell. Now you can see that have rotten egg smell. You can see the gas. So what is the difference between that is ferrous sulfide and iron? Iron, the gas released out, that is hydrogen, and this gas is rotten egg smell. So students, this is an experiment, and in that element have different property, compound is different property. Now we summarize these property. Because iron react with acid release, when the compound react with that acid, that release hydrogen sulfide gas, that is rotten egg smell. This confirm compound have different property and element have different property. Now students, I am showing you the comparison of mixers and compounds. What is the difference between mixer and a compound? Students, mixer may be homogeneous or heterogeneous. Mixers can be prepared by two element or more than two element or compound. Mixer have no fixed composition. Mixer may be equal distribution or not equal distribution. But compound is different thing. So first, mixer is made by element or compounds, just only by simply mixing. May they equal or may not be equal. So mixers are again divided homogeneous and heterogeneous. But in a compound, elements always react to form a new compound. For example, now we explain the iron and sulfur. In this, iron acts as a Fe and that sulfur, so they convert into a new compound, that is ferrous sulfide. So iron and sulfur, they react, they form ferrous sulfide. Ferrous sulfide is a new compound. These are two elements. Otherwise, write hydrogen and oxygen. The two elements, they react, they form water. water is a compound. I can balance in this way. So hydrogen and oxygen is a element, but water is a compound. And water have different property, hydrogen and oxygen have different property. Hydrogen is explosive gas, colorless, odorless gas. Oxygen help to burn, that is our life. So element have different property, compound is different property. And mixers we can make both element and compound. That is not fixed. In element, mixer have variable composition, means we can mix lesser amount or more amount. But in a compound having composition always fixed. In that iron and sulfur, one iron and one sulfur. In water, that is H2O. Means in next chapter we will study hydrogen mass, we know 1. So their mass ratio 2:16. Means 1:8. This is always fixed. We can't change. We get water from anywhere. That is sea water, rain water, underground water. Anywhere you get the water means this is a fixed composition. So compound composition is fixed, but mixer we can change lesser or more amount. Another property, mixer has show the property of constituent substance. In this, that we mix copper sulfate in water, sugar in water, salt in water, so that mixer show the property of sugar and that constituent particles. But the new substance has totally different. For example, water is a compound, water have different property. This iron sulfide have different from their elements, iron and sulfur, hydrogen and oxygen. So they have a different property. Other one, main difference of the mixer and compound is the constituent particle we can separate by physical method. We can separate by physical techniques. By using, for example, we use by bar magnet we can separate the iron from the mixer. But in this, we can use only chemical or electrochemical method. By chemical reaction, we can separate the constituent element. If we pass, means that is water, we want to separate into hydrogen and oxygen. Only by applying current, this is possible. If you applying current, then this water change into hydrogen and oxygen. So by this technique, we can separate the compound. In detail, you will study in 10th class. Students, these are main features. Now I am showing you what are in a flow chart. Students, now we can divide matter. Matter, you know, everything that exists in solid, in liquid, in gaseous state. All the state it is exist. This matter we can divide in two main branches. One is pure and impure matter. Pure and impure. That one. Impure matter known as mixer. Other name is mixer. Means that is not fixed composition. Pure matter, this we can divide further two types. This is again divide two types. One is element. One is element. Or we can say pure matter, other name is substance. Substance. Substance means only pure matter, not impure. So that is element and other one is compound. So these are two, but impure mixture we can divide in two types. That is homogeneous and heterogeneous. Heterogeneous. So element is a simplest form of matter. We cannot broken down into substance. It is a simplest form of matter. simplest form of matter we can't broken down. Simplest form of matter can't broken down into simpler substance. By chemical methods. Examples are all the elements: nitrogen, oxygen, carbon, iron, sulfur, gold. These are examples you have already seen. Compounds have a definite composition, a fixed composition, and compound is made by the elements. It is made by elements. When different elements react in definite proportion, definite composition by mass. For example, water is a compound, silver chloride, sodium chloride. You can write many examples that are compounds. And these are homogeneous and heterogeneous. If I have uniform composition throughout, uniform composition throughout that solution known as homogeneous mixture, means salt in water, sugar in water, salt in water, sugar in water. So such type, alcohol in water. So they are homogeneous mixture. Heterogeneous mixture means unequal distribution, non-uniform distribution, unequal distribution, like sand in water, soil in water, sand in water, chalk powder in water, and chalk powder in water, soil in water, others iron and sulfur. So that is unequal distribution. Students, this is a summary given in your NCERT book, and learn, and some learning points also given in last point what you have learned in this NCERT book. And after that, in this way, this whole chapter is finished. So write all the questions in your notebook in fair copy and submit in by making some notes in my personal group, personal phone number. If you have any problem, then write in comment box. We will solve in next videos. And like and subscribe, share the needful, students. Thank you. Have a nice day.